powerful that he didn't care. Oh, Trinimir's coming to kill me? Let me help him. Because he's so much more powerful than Trinimir could possibly comprehend that the very idea of Trinimir trying to kill him is just funny. Hold up.
Tryndamere, my greatest creation.
That's odd. I thought it was gonna be Rengar top. I think this is Warwick top? Okay. I really would have liked to have Ignite then, so that's bad. This is fine. Okay, fine. If you wanna rework him so he's less overpowered, that's fine, but don't shift his personality. Power levels don't matter in League of Legends. Even if he dies, being a cocky, arrogant bastard who doesn't believe anyone could ever pose a threat to him, that's still fine, in my opinion.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Plus, look how badass he looks! Why did they think this had to change? This model, today, they could release this champion and I would say, Jesus, that is a really good work on the model.
Fight and be remembered as a hero, or die and be remembered as a coward.
Minions have spawned.
Surpass the frailty of your form.
I mean, that's really it. They should have kept, even if they want to revamp him to be a Darkin, fine. Even if they want him to have a whole Darkin family, fine. These other Darkin should just be
temporary. Victory is forever.
The other Darkin, okay, fine. Ross can be the new Darkin who's like really impulsive and angry and wants to kill everyone. Varus can be the Darkin who, I don't really know what Varus does. Fine. But Aatrox should just be the old Darkin who thinks that Darkin are such fucking amazing bastards that no one could possibly hurt them. That should be his design. His design should just be like, well, the Darkin are the best motherfuckers on the planet. So, you know. And you can say, oh, but he was imprisoned. He has to be angry about it. Why does he have to be angry about it? It'd be like if you had Diablo and Diablo 2 started with, instead of Diablo being this stoic figure who just kind of sits on the back line, do you have Ignite? Oh, you do. You know what? I'm gonna let you live for now. Imagine if Diablo 2 started with Diablo, he like puts his soul stone in his head and then he's like, Marius! There was a memo, Marius! There was a memo! And you're like, wait, what the fuck? That's cringy as hell. Why is Diablo saying that? It's dumb. I don't like that. What? Used his Ignite, blew all the CS out of him. Yeah, can you imagine like Diablo gets to Baal and instead of being like these two impossibly just powerful, evil, chaotic people, they both look at each other and they're like, there was a memo, Baal! There was a memo! Maybe Ryan should have played Diablo 2. Half of what made Diablo 2 so cool was A, you didn't see much of the evil, okay? For the first 3 acts, you didn't even interact with them. It was only at the end of the 3rd act that you interacted with them, and then the 4th act was half an act. So, realistically, like 80% of the game did not have you interacting with the greater evil. So, there's your first problem. Second off, none of them said cringy stuff trying to be relatable. They weren't relatable. They were Lords of Terror, Lords of whatever the fuck it was. They're not relatable. You don't relate to them. They're impossibly evil constructs.
Victory is forever.
Please go away. And maybe that's what went wrong, you know? I'm not supposed to be relating to Aatrox. Aatrox is supposed to be a character I'm playing as. I don't know, the more I think about the rework, the more I hate it. At first I was kind of like, you know, maybe. But the more I look at it, the more I realize they took nothing but Aatrox's name, and that was it. They took his name, and they were like, ain't good enough.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
The greatest lie of all.
Now you can say it's tropey. Oh, it's tropey. That he was so, like, a stoic demon thing. But I would say a demon who's pissed off and wants to murder everyone for imprisoning him, that's probably a little bit more tropey. I think that's probably in a few more games than a stoic demon who doesn't really give a shit because he's so powerful. I mean, how many times does that happen, really? A little bit late there, Evelyn. A little bit late there. At least Scion was a piece of shit, though, you know? At least with Scion, they actually have the justifiable argument that his playstyle was shit. But Aatrox was not Scion tier. He did not have shit gameplay and a shitty old voice line that didn't fit with the game anymore. And the thing is, Scion's rework was just like, what if Scion was even more badass? I mean, that's really what it came down to. They just amped the badass list to like 7, and then 10, and then 11, and then 40. They were like, oh, people like hitting people with axes. What if he had a giant fucking axe? People like stunning people. What if he stunned them by hitting them with his giant fucking axe? People like his shield. What if his shield scaled on health so he could build so much health and then have a huge shield? And then it blew up for health damage!
They will greet you as heroes.
And I think that's a lot of people's complaints too. I think a lot of people would be more willing to accept the new Aatrox if it didn't just look like copy-pasted Rivet.
An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Let fear become fury.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It really just feels like very, very, very little attention was paid to making sure that people actually like the champion.
An ally has been slain.
Violence is
I mean, they still fundamentally, they still had the core concepts of Scion. A health or a shield that blows up if you keep it alive for X number of seconds.
An ally has been
A stun. A giant axe. Like his core concepts, Scion was still there. But as a core concept, Aatrox is no longer there. His voice lines are gone. His personality is gone. His kit is gone. His playstyle is gone. His lore is gone. There's nothing in the champion that's left. And I don't know. Like, this champion that I'm playing right now will no longer exist. Yeah, but the thing is, Graves' kit still, like, they amped it up to 100. He's got a shotgun. What if he's got a big fucking shotgun? His Q does a shotgun burst. What if it blows people up? His R is a giant shotgun blast. What if he just shot a fucking nuke? He charges forward with his E and gains armor and movement speed, or sorry, armor over time. What if he gains armor for running at people? He's got a smoke screen. It does magic damage and slows people. What if it did like 1 billion damage and massacred everyone on the fucking planet? I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do to kill that Rengar, but no. Yeah, but even look at the Galio mains. Galio mains love running up and taunting people and blowing them up with a big nuke. And that's what the rework is. You still run up. Okay, I should have just queued the wall. Jesus, I mean, look at this. This is why I fucking hate Rengar's kit. He has 1.5 items, and he does 1,000 damage in 1 animation. That's just not fun for anyone. It's not fun for me, it's not fun for him. I mean, maybe it's fun for him, but it's not interesting. You just run up and just go... What is this? QWE, Q. Wow, how interesting. Wow, I love it.
violence is elegance.
Yes, one ability did 730 damage. What about the rest of his kit, you dumb fuck?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
Surpass
I mean, Urgot's reworked. Still, though, on a fundamental level, they kept Urgot. They might have destroyed his playstyle, but they kept the idea of, here's Urgot, here's how he looks. They kept the idea of, you throw out an ability, then blow the fuck out of people. They kept the idea of charging forward and changing places. But again, they ramped it all up to 11. Aatrox got ramped to 0 because they removed it all. People play Urgot because he was overpowered? Yeah, that's typically why people would play an unpopular champion.
Your turret has been destroyed. Shut down.
But Riot also likes to pretend that Urgot doesn't get played. Oh, because he was so Aatrox didn't get played because he was so unpopular. Not because, you know, they nerfed him into oblivion and then never rebuffed him. No, that couldn't have been it.
Surpass the frailty of your form.
Thank you, Mine Master Tom. Now look at how popular he is right now. Now that he's actually good. Now that Aatrox is actually good, shockingly, he's popular. People are like, wait, I like this champion. He's fun to play. Then do a rework that includes his old personality, or at least tries to do his old playstyle. Why does Warwick, okay, why does Warwick get to be this auto-attack drain tank, and then for Aatrox, they're like, no, he needs to be Riven. Drain tanks are bad. Clearly they're not, because you added a drain tank into the game. Or what about Fiora? Another drain tank. No, neither of those are bad for the game. But somehow Aatrox is an unworkable playstyle. Unworkable. Okay. Okay. Swain rework? I don't know more what you wanted out of the Swain rework. They took Swain and amped him up to 11. Again, exactly what I want for Aatrox. His ultimate, you run around and heal off opposing champions. What if you grew into like a giant fucking demon and healed off everyone, then blew up? And also, you gained health, so you didn't need to buy health itemization. Okay, he's E. You throw a dot and do damage over time to people. What if he had low cooldown laser hands instead? Okay, he's got a root. What if, like, he rooted you so fucking hard that he pulled you back to you?
Let fear become fury.
Hey, you know what I mean? Seriously, look at Aatrox. There's nothing. There's nothing preserved. Look, if they want to, okay, if they want to be like, okay, so Aatrox is an auto attack drain tank, doesn't work. Okay, fine. Then why don't you take the Aatrox rework, right? How about you lower his damage and like triple his healing? You like lower the damage his Q is doing because it's doing a lot of damage right now. Reduce the cooldown, and you just make it heal for like 50% of the damage dealt. Not only that, you don't even heal for 50% of the damage dealt. You heal for exactly as much damage as you deal on your Q. It's like fighting Darius, except all he fucking does is run around and Q. Okay. Well, not on minions, obviously. Darius's Q doesn't heal on minions either. They're not responding to the Aatrox rework because I don't think they realized how much they'd screwed it up. And that's okay. Look, normally the reworks are good. This one wasn't. And that's fine. But they have to admit it wasn't good. You know, they can't just keep running around pretending it's the most amazing rework ever and we have no idea what we're talking about. Which is what they're doing right now. Running around pretending that it's the most fucking amazing rework they've ever seen ever. And that everyone else is wrong. Yeah, look at Katarina's rework. This champion gets a reset on her E, allowing her to run around a lot. What if she could, like, throw daggers and teleport to the daggers and then just be like, teleport, 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 teleport? You know, they take what people like about the kit and just fucking amp it up to 11. On Aatrox, there's nothing. They, again, I'm telling you guys this. Every other update took what was awesome about the champion and updated it to 11. Gangplank. I like shooting people and critting with it. What if you could shoot people and then they blow up and you crit everyone? Galio rework? I like doing an AoE taunt. Okay, what if you could do an AoE knock-up from across the map, then taunt people, and then punch them so hard they got knocked up? Sounds a little bit better, huh?
True warriors are born in blood.
Well, the Fiora, they didn't really have much to work with on Fiora. Like, let's be honest on that one. Did the old Fiora kit have a lot they could work with? What about Aurelia? People like queuing to reset. What if you could reset off champions multiple times? Your ultimate throws out a bunch of blades. What if it throws out every blade and they lose their blade and now you have the only blade?
Is the greatest lie of all.
Tarek rework? His ultimate makes him tanky. What if it made you so tanky you didn't take any damage? Yeah, playing World of Warcraft with numbers like that, huh? The Evelyn rework? People like stunning you from stealth. What if you could stun someone from stealth and then also go invulnerable? Sorry, I actually really fucking hate the Evelyn rework. Shit stomp. Look at the numbers, Twitch chat! What do they mean? WARWICK rework? People like healing off his Q. What if he could heal Trinity off his Q? And also, what if it did damage scaling throughout the entire game? And also, what if instead of getting a movement speed buff, he got an attack speed buff and movement speed buff? And also, what if he could just tank everything and then fear everyone because he's so fucking badass? Oh, I was gonna get red buff, but I remembered that I have... Well, if no one else is getting it, I guess I'll take it. The York rework? Found in, kind of. I don't think the York rework is meant to be playable. That one was kind of shitty, to be honest. I don't know what they were going for with that one.
I am as timeless as war.
Your team has destroyed an
I like having a support that actually knows what they're doing.
Teach them.